If Constitution Hill isn't there, so Gino's not going to be in the same race.
Festive, drunk, pilot.
So is anyone with sober for the Supreme?
Arsenal are sniffing around, City is sniffing around, so me as Man United, and Liverpool are sniffing around, I better take him.
He does not, you're being harsh on him, John.
We had this chat in the toilet earlier on.
Good shout. I like it.
Who's the strongest favourite currently at the Cheltenham
National.
Obviously the news just broke in that it's the road to Cheltenham, and we're kind of at a halfway stage, I suppose, because we've still got a lot of good racing to come. But we're going to have a look in this episode at the championship races. Also reflect, as we always do, what we saw at the weekend, which of course was a little bit decimated by the frozen weather. And as you can see, it's like the Timu Blue are back together. The boys are back. Joel, Dave's joined us, thankfully. No issues with transport.
I walked.
As always.
You walked?
I walked this time.
Plane wasn't going?
Absolutely, no. Festive, drunk, pilots was my thing. Yeah, I was supposed to come up, wasn't I, for the Christmas one. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
You're not in the Timu.
No, I'm not in the Timu suit now. I brought you a suit and the whole lot, but you came up with some BS excuse about getting the drunk pilot on a flight internally. But we know you just broke down.
And don't worry, he hasn't walked.
That's the last thing I have done. It was very children's entertainery, I think, that though, John, so I did enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Dave.
But it is kind of like half-time in a way. I know we're not close to the festival now than we were back in October, but we've probably seen most of the protagonists once, twice. They're going to have one more good run, if one run at all. So we're kind of at that position, and it's been quite weak. We thought, right, we'll have a look at the championship races, where we stand right now. I think that's a wise choice.
Yeah, you get a bit of a break, don't you? You can sort of hold, see where you're at. We've had a couple of meetings cancelled, and we've now got early entries for the DRF. So if you're wanting an ANTE-POST bet, you might be trying to find some value somewhere ahead of the DRF, and it's a bit of a breath out to actually have a look back and take your time over what we've seen so far.
You say there's a bit of a break, right? But has it even started yet? I mean, it seemed like in August, September and October, everyone was backing, are you ready for it? Constitution Hill. There's a bell already for this.
1 minute 40.
1 minute 40.
That's
I win.
That'll be a record. I know.
But then it's gone quiet.
Welcome to the team.
Anyway, good to be here, Frankie. But I heard about the memo. But it like genuinely, it's gone quiet, hasn't it? Because when was the last time we entered the year with a 6-1 fab for the Gold Cup? We'll get to it. It's mad, isn't it? I think it's all to play for, and it's very interesting.
No odds-on favourites in any of the 28 races.
First time for many, many a year, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. Ali Power still won.
Right, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, we've got loads still to come. We've got about 8 episodes still to go between now and the start of the greatest show on turf. So please like and subscribe, and we'll let you know when the next road to Cheltenham is available. Right, boys, let's reflect first of all on what we saw at the weekend. People obviously talk about the Moscow Fly. So impressed with Sober. Halved in price for the Supreme. For me, it was a 3-horse race. It beat a stablemate, and the quickest hurdle at last made a bit of a meal of it, landing on all fours. Again, what is it because it's Willys?
Tell us you're the bookmaker in the room without telling us you're the bookmaker in the room.
Are you the bookmaker in the room?
He is trying to get this one beat. I mean, come on, we've got to get something, haven't we? He's a very, very talented horse, isn't he? You were at Royal Ascot, I'm sure, when he absolutely breezed around him. The market was very interesting, wasn't it? 9-4. They smashed Road Exile of Gordon Elliott's. He won like a very, very good horse. When he was with Farber, this guy, he was a proper Group 2/Group 1 horse. Yeah. We don't see horses like this in the Supreme markets much these days.
It is interesting. How many times we have had it? I think he's rated 111 on the flat. He won at Ascot. Well handicapped and was touted as the good thing of the week off of 104. Officially rated 111. For reference, the Reverend of Willys was rated 102 on the flat, won a maiden hurdle. But looking at sort of early DRF markets, he would be the favourite, and he's won a maiden hurdle. Sober's rated in the 110s on the flat and has come out and won a Grade 2 first time out. For me, he's probably the pick of the Mullins bunch, but I don't think they're as good as they normally are.
I've been looking forward to doing this, right? Okay, let me give you the winners of the Moscow, right? Okay. And you can do some sound effects.
It's a great roll.
Sound effects and memories with all these. Kicking King.
Oh, yes.
Kahuna, moving on. Justified, do you remember him?
Yeah,
that was one of 2 winners of Dust
Triple Crown winner.
Henry, Orbit Gold. Mr. What's his name? No, now we're getting somewhere. What a year 2009 was. Mikael Dagenay, do you remember him?
Yeah,
absolutely superb. Alaska Lad, Gagewell Flyer, Trifolium, all right, Mazel Tov, no. Vator, here we go, now we're getting it. Duvan,
class.
Min,
class.
Any second now,
class.
4 miles. Get a Bird, Felix Deji,
That's what we always say.
The Real Deal, Dysart Dynamo, Impere Pass, and perhaps more importantly, Mystical Power, Salvatore Monday, and now Sober.
So at a peak of about 3 years on the bar.
But you're going.
It wasn't that impressive.
But you're going to Cheltenham, aren't you?
Right,
my take three-runner race, it wasn't the most
Yeah, but my
impressive.
take on Sober was, I think this is where you look at the best jockeys in the world and the worst jockeys in the world, or slightly lower level. Smashed the first, and then Paul Townend came out afterwards and said, right, okay, you don't do this, I'm going to rev you up for the second and third, and then was talking about the last as well, which made a bit of a Horlicks of whatever. But he's still, 20 to 1 or something?
Yeah.
Big
price.
That is big for his ability. When was
Yeah.
our 7-year-old to win the Supreme?
But based on what we saw over Christmas, you can't surely have him in the same camp as what's at the top of the market.
I just see the colours and think Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
I just can't have it.
I
You
know.
can replay this when he goes and hacks up in the Supreme.
We
like-
go back to Ascot. I think that's the big plan, isn't it? But
Yeah.
he will go there. I think appreciate it was the first one in donkey's years to do it. That was a week.
The fact we're talking about him, obviously with the record of Moscow Fly winners, it's the fact is we haven't really seen a proper Willie novice hurdler.
That's
yet, have
why
we?
I
That's
think-
what we're probably talking about.
Yeah, there was some chat. I think I've got this right. He installed a different wood chip gallop apparently at the start of the season, and it started getting waterlogged. He's been sitting in the car a lot more recently. So whether that has got something to do with slow start, I don't know. But talk to us on February the 2nd, and we'll see where we're at. But at the moment, Britain has nearly got the favourite for the Supreme, and dare I say it, for the Turners as well. So you work it out.
This is the road to Cheltenham. I might back him at the DRF
And Royal Ascot.
because he's a much bigger price than the Reverend currently.
I think the Reverend probably is the one. He looked really good the other day, didn't he?
As a maiden hurdle, he's going to look good.
I don't know. I think he beat the horse that was well backed against him. He just looked very good to me.
There's a couple as well. Obviously, we talk about after the Satada got beaten in the Grade 1 for winning Mullins. They had that Future Prospect as well. He was in maiden, but that looked quite good in the Magnia colours. Are we just starting to see the Willys battalions now churning out these? I feel a bit uncomfortable with you talking about being sober.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah, no. I mean, we talked about Future Prospect. Was it 11th, 10th the weekend?
Round it out more than anything.
Conditions. It was.
Is she a first-time outer? That was my big question mark. I think she won a bumper first-time out.
And then flop the next two.
They said the hurdles had been settling her, but she's got the right colours, hasn't she? Do you know what I mean? She's bred to
That's
be.
what
And Gordy's back in second. Newbrook Diamond, was it?
Yeah. Gordy's in second.
Yeah.
And the right horse in third, I think, as well, Betty Harty. So
Strong out.
yeah.
So is anyone
Not
with
for
sober
Cheltenham.
for the Supreme?
No.
No, God no.
No.
No, really
absolutely
like
not.
him, but no.
I've got my pick today in the Supreme. I'm
Taking me on.
I think I've got my pick in the Supreme today.
oh, jeez.
Yes.
I've got
Have you? What did you go for?
Mossy Fen Road.
I've got a big price in the Supreme as well. It's a Supreme show.
Or was it Park?
Oh.
Park. Mossy Fen Park.
I'll tell you what, while we're on that, I wanted to mention that form from the other one, Crystal D'Estreval's. We're talking about
So
Cheltenham.
that's my next pick, Baron Noir.
So, Baron Noir, he looked, I think he wants a trip, doesn't he? He struggled to beat a horse on New Year's Eve, was it? At Newtox, who's gone up and won at Fosslas, Bobby's nephew. The second, third and fourth today, we're filming this on a Monday, lots and loaded one earlier on, I think it was Hereford. The fifth is trained by Kerry Lee, by the way, is that another ring the bell?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got no bells here.
It's gonna, it'll win.
3 of them.
But that crystal looks really, really good. Here's the question: what price Harry Durham's trained a Cheltenham Festival winner?
Well, I've already gone with his Mossy Fen. Is it? I think it's Road, isn't it?
So that's all right. So I'm liking the Harry battalion. 400 grand he's spent on
grand
this, isn't he?
Crystal. That Warwick race did look very good.
Yeah.
And I was taking
Proper
Baron Noir
form.
the weekend.
But over the weekend, the Noir horse that you were talking about, I sent you through the Alan King. Sent me not sent me, but I got passed on about how his horse is going to run the weekend and whatever. And he didn't seem arsed, did he?
Well, he was off to Barbados.
Yeah. He was like, yeah.
It is.
And he had a treble.
The time when they all go to Barbados.
Yeah, it was like, I
Imagine
hope they run well and all that. Have a great day.
Imagine the day before you get.
From Aberdeen.
It's Christian Williams.
I don't know who that was.
The day before you go on holiday, you just get the messages sent and close the laptop and off you go, and then you had treble. Fair play.
Edwardstone as well, aren't you?
Well, we're going to wrap up the weekend stuff because we've got obviously something very important to discuss, which broke on Monday.
Can I mention one more horse from the weekend? Because you mentioned.
Yeah, no, I'm going to make a couple more.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were moving me on then. I was.
No.
Good.
No, stick your handbrake on. I'm Harry Cobden. I'll sort that winning the Grade 1 for Declan Queen.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
There you go.
I think he's not been given enough credit. I think Sortudo is still a really good horse despite being beat.
Market was weird.
It was, yeah.
Strange market.
But they've gone 10, 12, or was it 13 lengths clear of third. He's won 4 on the bounce. He ran to a really high level over bumpers. If it was another trainer, jockey, owner, whatever, this would be short. I reckon the only reason...
Exactly my point.
The only reason
I wrote that
can't...
down. Yeah, Declan Quealy, and everyone was like,
The only reason I
excited.
can't back him for the festival is I don't know where he'd go, but
And
he's
it's a
going to
flat
be...
race.
Still, he keeps on galloping.
It was two amateurs fighting out as well.
I reckon he could be Bartlett bound. He'll go probably in that 2 mile 6 novice hurdle at the DRF.
He's a nice horse and he's consistent, which is what others aren't so far this season.
Loads more,
and he's racking up the ones.
I think so.
Loads more to come.
It's quite nice to see a train like this going like old school into the festival with a proper. I think he wasn't even quoted, was he? For some reason. And then he was introduced. You're right, Frank. They have put some respect on him, which is respect.
I reckon he could be a Bartlett horse. He just looks like he'll keep on trudging.
He looked like a Sotudo come there to win it.
Not flashy, but just tough. And if he goes and wins over 2 mile 6, then that's where I would guess he goes. But yeah, until you know or you get so we go non-run and no back then.
I know, and again, if that was Mullins or De Bromhead or Gordy, I think.
I see. I hate playing that game.
It's true though, isn't it?
No, it's true.
They're not trained by them. I've always said this.
Yeah, but if it was trained by Anne Stokell,
but it's
and written by Anne Stokell.
Ring the bell.
Especially when everyone expects, for example, well, Townend had the choice of 2, didn't he? But let's say you expected Sortudo to win and he doesn't, then the race becomes like a bit like, that didn't live up to expectations.
You're right. The market was really interesting because Paul was on St. Bacco, who he thought might yet be a flyer. You look at ANTE-POST markets and going, all right, that's 16 with the 1 next to its name. It might come in. He drifted out, ran accordingly. They backed Paddy again, and he had every chance. But my feeling is that we don't have anything to worry about from that race. I don't think it was just
really.
No,
I could get on board with him.
Yeah,
maybe for Bartlett.
Yeah,
it just tend to go to an embryonic.
There was a Bartlett horse at Fontwell, wasn't there? You're asking what came from the weekend.
Which one?
Before we end on Iberico, Legendary Luke. I'm looking at Frankie because
racing.
I was just saying before, when I did the early stable tour there, he became the sort of poster boy for the trip because he was the most chilled out horse, and he was the one that basically do what he was told and stand there, and he patted me. He's a lovely, lovely horse. And at the time, Jamie was also all sort of quietly saying, he'd be a nice horse. He will be. Like, he does everything right. He's not flashy.
He was second at that bumper to what that. Was it Paddy Brennan that actually hosed up, and then he won at Fossil?
He won at Fossil. That's beating Ollie Murphy horse, who I believe the confidence was very strong for that day, and that will probably come out and win next time. GG's horse, I can't remember the name. GG Flyer, very good. And I just like him. I love the fact he looks beaten, he keeps finding it.
He'd give me the sort of feeling of a horse that would just keep getting better. And with Jamie as well, he does that with his horses. He's very patient.
Jupiter de Board, of course, and Wendigo, we know he can do it with these guys, so I liked him.
I don't want to mention Iberico Lord because we did talk about this in the Punters Guide of the weekend. We kind of had a laugh about it. There was actually no money for him.
What did I say? I said he won't win, but he will win at the festival. That was my closing statement.
You thought that was the plot?
He might.
They heard you say it, Frankie, and they've gone, he's on to us.
I think he will. Well, I mean, I think the thing is, I genuinely think he has enough in hand, and he hasn't been reassessed yet by the handicapper, but I reckon he's got enough in hand just to win whatever he runs in next. I reckon he's miles better than mid 130. I think he's close to 150.
Well, okay, let's go back to that. I can remember when Constitution was out of the champion, the highest rated British hurdler after his Betfair stroke William Hill, whatever you want to call it, hurdle at Newbury. Schweppes. Of course, absolutely. I am that old. He was the highest one, and I think certain people convinced Nicky to supplement, and they did. Since then, it's been horrendous, isn't it? But he was at one point extremely talented.
I reckon he'll get back up there. Coral Cup bound. I think he's now favourite.
They should have won that last year and Impositoire. I know that Jimmy Desoy was very good on the day, but Nico had his time again. He'd have kicked a long way out.
All the hype from him winning at the weekend, maybe something else might shorten a touch before we get to the festival, but I think it'd just go straight there. If he gets hyped a lot, there's no reason to run anything else.
No,
6, 7, 8.
I mean, if the handicapper, 6, 7. Oh, don't start with that. I've got kids of 7 and 9. That's all I get. 6, 7.
6, 7.
But he's like
low to mid 140s. He's backable in a handicap.
Well, like I say,
James Bowen tried. If the handicapper was watching, James Bowen did the interview afterwards to
try not to get in.
Try not to, because my first impression was, that wasn't meant to win today.
Has anyone seen James Bowen since?
No.
No, probably not. But no, you might be right. And where do you go? He probably will go straight there, I reckon. He will.
Which is a seamless link into who might ride him at the Cheltenham Festival, because obviously the news just broke in that Harry Cobden will be the new retained rider for JP McManus on both sides of the Irish Sea. He's due to take up the engagement at the start of the new season in May. I wouldn't be surprised if he's donning these silks on some of the number 2s, maybe some of the number 1s at the festival. Potentially.
If he's got the job, he'll be on the number 1s, won't he?
Yeah. It's just fishing for May, but I imagine Mark Walsh will be still ride the Irish.
So if you remember, Mark Walsh got the job after Geraghty. He was the understudy, and he made his way up. And listen, Big Mark Walsh fan. We could all mention rides that Mark has given horses that we've collected from Champ. I remember at Aintree as a novice or Envoy. Unbelievable rider, but it's fair to say Christmas was not good. In the Walsh household, I think he probably would have been kicking any cat that was around. It was a bad bat, and he was already under a bit of pressure. Harry has always been coveted, right, for a big job, and 3 or 4 years ago, Nicholls was the big job. It just isn't anymore. That's just how it is. But if he wasn't a local lad, he might have gone earlier. He's a champion jockey now. It's a perfect fit, this. He's probably at Sandy Lane right now, isn't he?
But do you not think? Do you not think though that a case of Mullins have been using him? Do you not think this is one of the cases like Arsenal are sniffing around, City are sniffing around, so me as Man United or Liverpool are sniffing around, I better take him? I think it might be one of those.
Yeah,
possibly. Maybe
John.
that was the clincher between, because we heard a couple of weeks ago that was a deal, but it was only Ireland. So if he's gone, I still want to be owning my cows. Because generally that's that. He's
well, it might come into conversation as to where do you want to be based and
Ruby did it, but Ruby was more based in Ireland, wasn't
Perhaps the bigger story here, I think, for race fans of a certain vintage or even young uns, would Ruby Walsh have ever left Paul Nicholls to go and be number one at JP McManus back in the day?
No.
Paul was the big job.
Right?
If you spoke to anyone in racing over the last 2 years, Frankie gets better water, wouldn't he? He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Right? The chat is that things have not been good at Ditchy, right? For whatever the rubbish rumours are and all that, most of it probably untrue, but I think that if he was ever going to go, it's now, isn't it? And Paul actually has done really well. He's got some good stock coming through.
It replaces him. We had this. It was so funny. We had this chat in the toilet earlier on. I mean, that's what when people go, "What did I have to talk about in the toilet?" And the first name that came to my head, without nicking somebody, because you go like a Ben Jones or whatever, they're not going to go now because it's like Man United. They're not the force of old. You go somewhere else.
He's had half of them. That's the problem, isn't it? Jonbon won't go. It's not big enough.
Sam Twiston-Davies is still brilliant. Won't go.
Didn't have great.
First name that came to me was Keelan Woods.
I don't think it's a bad shout. He's got. I think I don't know who would go into one, but Freddie Gingell will obviously step up and take more, and then Freddie Keithley is coming through the ranks and riding a bit for Nicholls. That will be the sort of stepping ladder. So you might not need an absolute number one all the time, because they're both good youngsters. So I don't think he needs. He can have someone that shares. I don't think he'll need someone that is in there 24/7.
Lorcan Williams will probably be a shout, but he's been there, I think, before, hasn't he? And he'd be a shout.
I don't think he's.
Bryony? Is she a shout or not?
No.
Okay.
She's already there, I think. I think she's like, because that's the problem. If you go to Ditchy, I said this earlier, Paul is like the sheriff of Ditchy, right? He's kind of owns off.
Yeah.
And Harry's family the same. It's like Harry Durham was the same. Bryony, well invested in the area. Tristan Darrell.
But what would you right? So something happens to Harry Skelton, and you're getting all those rides. They've got 2 stone in hand. Would you want to go over there? And it's a different atmosphere, isn't it?
There is some chat about how long Harry's got left. He's just having a second child, and how much more do you want to keep doing this? That is something of a chat that I've had.
I might start taking a licence out.
Right, absolutely. The goose has got fat, Charles, so you know what I mean? We've got no choice. But I think this is very interesting. Does Paul just use coin a phrase?
No, the best of it. I hate that. I hate this. We'll use the best of it. I hate that.
I think just going on the skeletons. I take it Harry Cobden will end up riding the new Lion.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Well, now, if you think when Willie Mullins had some of these horses, Mark Walsh didn't ride all of them, does he? Was there agreement with Willie and Paul that he would ride number ones, whatever, and JP fit into that? It was the same with Gigginstown, I think, wasn't it, when they were at their highest there as well? Very good question, though.
But is it not just a case of who suits the horse? Like we sit here and go, like, so Matt's number one jockey for JP now, right? But I've won it 8 times. Why would you replace me?
Well, he kind of did that with Aidan Coleman on Jonbon.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So I think you want consistency, though, for the most part. Everyone does, whether you're talking out who comes into Paul's next, Harry and the JP rides. You want a good level of consistency.
It's not Sean Bowen, though. Let's just rule that out.
Why not?
It's not big enough. It's not big enough. Ollie's churning out 100 and whatever winners a year. He's arguably on paper
and he wants to ride winners.
Bar Skelton, he probably is statistically the best.
Wants to ride winners. He's not asked about.
They are very close, and I think there's only one job domestically that Sean would take over Ollie's, and that would be if Harry steps down.
I know.
Skelton.
comes into effect slightly after, but just looking at a list of top JP horses and in England, Jonbon, Imposatoire, Fact of Island, Iroko, Dino Blue Island, Magsborough Island, Iron Maximus, Honesty Policy. I know the way you're thinking.
He's got to be sitting there with his missus out here. We've struck gold.
Absolutely.
The best rides I've ever had.
There'll be some green and gold pigs in
That's before
big scam.
That's before he gets the checkbook out.
Yeah. And fair play to Harry, he deserves it. He's a brilliant rider. I think punters love him.
Some of those horses as well, like I mean, anyone might see. I know the way you're thinking, but you can sort of see Cobden on. I know the way, those proper chases, and he's great over fences.
It's like it's scripted, this, isn't it? Lovely link, because we are going to talk next about these big championship races at the half-time stage, and I think the big one to talk about. You mentioned, I know the way you're thinking. Is it all about that one day in March and just bringing him along? I mean, look, we're 6-1 the field in the Gold Cup. It's the most wide open we've had in years as we sit here right now.
I hate it.
I can't.
Do you? What would you rather have, a Corto year where you've just got something to just go, yes?
No. I hate the fact that this also showed nothing, and then suddenly what?
Oh,
Still 6-1.
He's become a John Joe horse.
But you're reading the race. Yeah, but you're reading the race card, and you've taken your mum, your sister, your brother, whatever, and it's their first time at the racing. It's all about let's bring people into racing. And you go, well, I was tailed off in here, and then suddenly comes to light at Cheltenham. I genuinely think it's such a bad look.
It is a fair point when you look at a race and you're talking about a race and you can give an opinion on 4 or 5, and then there's one in there that you go, that might win, but like it also.
It's such a bad look, and he's been. Last 2 years he's been all over Langadan.
All respect to Langadan.
I was about to say that.
Well, absolutely.
I know, what a legend.
Yeah. But it's an interesting point. When did it become? I mean, and again, people that
I'm just set one up for the Gold Cup.
Back in the day, they might say, well, this used to happen all the time. Just get ready. But here's the question for me: is he Lord Windermere? And actually, Lord Windermere's bloody good horse, or is he synchronised? He looked better than that, didn't he? In last March. Galloping may not have liked the ground. He might have had a slight off day, but he still beat the rest clear.
Or aren't we allowed? I know you have to run to merits and you have to run and race to win.
Stewards noted the explanation.
Isn't Gavin allowed to say that we're starting him off slowly? Everything's back from the Gold Cup.
Did he just have a hard race?
And
you've been over there.
No, I hate this one. Gold Cup takes it out of horses. I get that completely. Those 2 races the last 2 races have showed nothing.
Well, here's my point: are we overthinking this? Is he?
I like the way you're thinking.
Is he going to do this again in March? I
think so.
I am slightly worried about now, having had the ticket for him after his run at the DRF, where he stormed up the running in the Iron Maximus race. I backed him for the National. I had him at 33s, 25s, and he's 6-4. Could go odds on, and they scratched him. And I'm not bitter at all. But I'm wondering, why did they scratch him for that? Because the National's not what it was. They could have gone round that and won as they liked, and I think JP would have really liked to do it. So has he come out of that the same model? Was it just one day? It's a mad one.
You mentioned I've been in there. The thing I took away from that trip was how much confidence they had behind him last year. When I was speaking to Gavin, I was sort of like, did you know he was going to be a Gold Cup contender early in the season? And sort of like, how confident were you? And that's probably the only time on the whole morning when he really lit up and basically said, like, we thought he was a certainty for last year. And I feel
Thanks for passing that on, by the way.
No, that was this year. So that's in hindsight, which is easier to say. But I don't feel like, 1, any faith has been lost in him, and 2, Cromwell is so shrewd. He's the type of person that can sit quiet all year.
I agree with that.
He has balls of steel to watch him get beat 20 lengths 3 times in a row and then get right for the Gold Cup. I genuinely, if there was a trainer that could just, play a dead bat and say, like, and be happy with, or not happy, but be okay with seeing him beat because he's going to Cheltenham, he's probably the trainer to do it.
And he's been there and he's done it. Because you look at the market, Galloping Deschamps, is he as good? Can he come back?
Yes.
He's a good thing for the DRF and the Galloping. Surely he's 11-10, I think, around about that in a minute. I think he had a good blow, basically, and I can't have Affordale Fury. No. First Cheltenham winner I ever backed. Can you remember the first Cheltenham winner you ever backed?
Yeah.
That's a great question, that.
Definitely Desoy in the Triumph.
Young blood. Solsolito Bay 2000, Noel Mead.
Yeah.
So
it was best mate's got first World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
You're definitely.
Actually, no, I'm telling a lie. What was Garrity's Gold Cup winner?
Well, he had a few.
Yeah. Bobsworth was my first champion.
Amazing. Yeah. Matt.
I don't know. illegally.
Go in the sit. I'm trying to work out how old I really am, but what age was 18.
You're the one who's employed.
Yeah.
Just going back to
the Gold Cup,
galloping.
Cool.
I know the way you're thinking.
But Noel Mead, I don't think, Noel is not what he was. You'd love it, wouldn't you, to see it? I'm here to see it, but Affordale Fury won't be winning a Gold Cup. You can bookmark that one. But the fact that we are talking about, I know the way you're thinking, as coming back on the day, what does that say for the race?
Is
there a fly in the ointment anywhere?
This is what is, like, if you're talking about public affection and being good for racing, Galopin Des Champs has so many fans because he tries his heart out every single race. I know the way of thinking. He could go and win 2 Gold Cups and people wouldn't actually be that bothered.
Well, it's another good version of that old saying I always forget the name of that we used to go to Tremor. Was it the Willie horse?
No, I didn't mind Albon Photo.
Yeah.
I liked him. I used to back him. I liked him 3 years on the trot.
Come on.
You're going behind then you've got Django Bay, the jukebox.
Yeah, Django Bay. Django Bay's the one for me. Absolutely.
Think he'll reverse the form at Kempton.
100%. Nico was there, 4 wide.
But surely Django Bay, the jukebox man, Gaelic Warrior, Grey Dawn in stamina doubts?
I think that Gaelic is now a stayer, having backed him in the King George. He'd be the one if you were giving me a bet in it now, which you might do, I don't know. I would probably be with Gaelic. I think my problem is with him, right-handed, he's going mustard, did everything go his way in the King
French.
George. And he's got that, but he's got that Fred Winter about him, and that Boodles one. I know he's won an Arkle, but he would be the one, I think, that I would be probably going with at the moment.
Okay, right, let's just move on then to the Champion Chase. I know you've got a big point to make in this for one of your favourite horses. We've got the Clarence House this weekend, so it might have a little bit of a shake-up though. Johnny
Bonny, 5 in the Clarence House this weekend. That was always going to be the case. At least Iletomp is there. If they both turn up, it's a bit like an Ergamine versus John Shishkin, of course. Beautiful.
Match, but you're still all over Madgeborough.
I am.
There's people in Mum's basement still going off on that race. Do you remember the amount of YouTube clips of like the best race of all time? And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But
Mike Catamol never thought that would be the commentary of a lifetime.
No.
It turns out it is.
That's on his show reel.
Yeah, very much so. But do we start? I mean, okay, let's talk about Saturday, Matt. Is Jonbon going to win, or is Tom just going to thrash him again? I think Jonbon needs a trip now, but we're talking about a stiffer test probably.
I think he'll tell you.
I think he'll thrash him again.
He hates Cheltenham though, doesn't he? Tom. I mean, he ran there twice as a novice, didn't win either.
3rd in an Arkle, and
he's not. He's quite a small chaser, isn't he?
Yeah.
I hate that saying they're not the biggest, so he's small. Let's just go with that. And something about now, if he's totally turned the corner, so he's come back, maybe. If you knew that if he'd never run at Cheltenham, you'd be even more confident, I think.
Yeah. If you were to compare him to like a Loda Sud, for example, or a Marine National, he doesn't make the prettiest shape over a fence, does he? Which I think coming down to the last at Cheltenham, you've got to be pretty slick. Well, you have to be slick.
7.
Iletomp.
Oh, let's say top 11-4.
I mean, that is super short, isn't it? A Marine?
9-4, Johnny.
Yeah.
Madgeborough.
7.
That's the price. I'm back to Matt at the start of the season.
You've got the value.
I went as low as 6-4, guys, and I'm back to 7s.
So you're with Madgeborough?
I mean, is anyone still with Madgeborough? I don't think. Was this one of the catalysts for Mark Walsh losing the job? Probably not. But I don't see.
You can't blame him for the horse doesn't jump. Imagine
he jumped so much better. At
you having 15 pints and trying to get out of some council estate, right, over walls and everything. That's what Madgeborough looks like.
He does not. You're being harsh on him, John.
No. Genuinely, he can't.
He jumped a hell of a lot better at Leopardstown.
But he did. But he still smashed.
He was the only one that went around the inside. He's a keen horse. He did. I'm not so sure that he can actually reverse that form with him. My other problem was that he had a hard race. That's what I was going to get to. He was beaten, and Mark Walsh put a gun to his head, and that is my worry now for Madgeborough. More than the jumping, more than that.
And then JP put the gun to his head.
Well, I didn't see this happening. So am I still with him? Pass. I want him.
Yeah.
I think Austin had a really good point to me today, thinking about Marine National. He's just a different horse at Cheltenham. You could easily see him drifting.
He needs the ground though, right? That's the thing about him. He has to have the ground. He skips off it.
The fact that he was beat, I think he ran November, December, maybe in the new year as well last year, and then won at Cheltenham, and has always looks good in the spring, and then has come out and finished second whilst almost falling at the
He did, and I know the way you're thinking, if you like. If we're going to be frank, they had him one day ready.
Yeah, and I don't think they've massively changed tactics and said they're going to try and win over Christmas. I think Cheltenham's always been the plan. So
has anyone else got a fancy in the Championship Chase, or is it just one of those like a Gold Cup head scratcher again?
Yeah.
People are watching this going, thanks lads.
It's one of that. I don't know if it's going to be a small field on terms of what's actually got the ability to turn up, or whether it's going to be a big field because everyone's going to throw its hat into. I mean, why are we reeling out Salt? We were talking about Marine National and Madgebury.
Not being funny, if Lambert goes and hoses up in the game spirit, would they even consider a supplement? Do you think? Is he very young?
Maybe.
Also, I doubt it.
Marine
And it is
National
right
is
for that sort of.
Sergino win the
it's
champion chase, the Constitution Hill win the champion.
It's one of those awful things where you do say, and we're doing that cliche thing of if it was tomorrow, it's Marine National all day long, isn't it? Well,
Fair.
It's not because it's not the spring. But if Cheltenham was tomorrow and it was March, it was mid-March, Marine National.
Reluctantly nodding.
At 9 to 4 is a great shout on the day.
There isn't many festival bankers.
No, okay, no one's given a bet for the champion chase, but I think you agree. I am going to back Madgebury at the DRS.
Come on, Frankie, we believe.
Don't know about Cheltenham, but I think he's a reasonable price to have.
Let's hope for low sun, yeah?
One more go at the DRS.
All around.
Yeah, all around.
In Ireland, they'd probably enter him in a bumper, wouldn't they?
There'll be a few
The
Irish
rules are
stands there
mad.
with these big lights. Hello there, look, the low sun, you can't possibly jump these.
That's one for Ofcom.
Yeah.
Right. Talk about horses that can't jump. Can we just put the camera on Frankie, please, if we can? There we are. Watch his face now. Big news this week. We're expecting
Here we go.
Constitution Hill to have an entry in the champion hurdle.
Oh, he's going to run, isn't he? He's going to run.
You cheeky little grin on his face.
I think he might run.
Going to be spin on the flat, apparently.
I don't really understand that. Why run?
No,
on the flat as a
that
prep?
is, I think.
Why would you have a prep run on the
Are we
flat?
ticking
In
boxes?
private, Nicky has been telling people he wants them to put on a mile 4 race. That's where that came from.
But why
It
do
was-
you have
Kempton
a-
wouldn't put it on.
I mean-
Somebody wouldn't put it on, was it? Was it Kempton?
It was Kempton,
Yeah,
and Wolverhampton will be, or Southwell will be the port of call, but they, they just want to get him running.
But why have a prep run on the flat for a champion hurdle?
Yeah.
Well,
See.
but this is a problem like no trainer has faced in a long time, if ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't question what they're going to do next because we've all got our own opinion
To
on
be
it.
fair,
It
they
could
used
be
to
wrong.
tune up at Dundalk. You'd see him at. Was he also won at like 20 to 1? And we thought, that'll be out.
I'm
back.
sorry, but a champion hurdle, you have to be a good jumper of hurdles to win. And if you have a prep run on the flat for the champion hurdle, you're basically saying we have no
It has
faith in
been
this
done,
jumper.
isn't it? I can't think off the top of my head who used to do that, but there are horses that used to. I mean, it's been done a bit. I want to say that Huey Morrison used to do it.
Collier Bacon off the flat. Alderbrook only had one start over hurdles, didn't
There
it?
definitely was horses. There have been horses that have prepped. On
What price genuinely is Constitution Hill for the champion hurdle now?
14s. And here's another point. Who rides?
That was quick.
Jesus.
Who rides?
Sergino.
Well, I'm not.
Nico rides Sergino. Will James Bowen be on Constitution?
No, but
Cobden?
no. If
New line?
Suggesting the checkbook's coming
Constitution
out.
Hill is in that race on ratings, our fit should win. So what's the point of putting Sergino in?
Well, you don't know that he's going to jump them all to start.
Well, don't put him in the frigging race then.
I think we are getting somewhere for the viewers potentially, though, that we're all going to nod on the champion hurdle, aren't we? I mean,
Well,
we're
right,
saying
people-
there's no odds-on favourite at the minute.
Lottymouth is going to
surely
Mares, yeah?
he goes odds on.
Lottymouth is going to the Mares.
And Brighter Days Ahead will probably follow.
Yeah. So therefore,
You're left with 3 or 4 again. And
Golden Ace.
I mean, if it's not... The new line is the one that might yet bounce back. Pick at the start of the season, because I thought Sergino was going over fences, like everyone else did.
Yeah.
And...
I think still will. Still will. If Constitution Hill isn't there, Sergino's not going to be in the same race.
I suppose there's something to be said for running
Lottymouth goes to the
Constitution
Mares.
Hill on the flat in that he has to show that he has the attitude to win a race.
You are not punting out backing Constitution Hill for the champion hurdle, are you?
If Constitution Hill's in the champ, I think Sergino's a banker. But if Constitution Hill isn't there, and we've heard it for the 17th time, then we've got the horse ready, and he sent to me this morning, Nicky, I'm well. I was having a brandy, and he's well for, he loves jumping now.
I'll have a fiver on 100%.
No, well, I just said 14s, I think, about 8s. So I might be a little slip out here. If Constitution Hill goes, the horse will win.
Really? You think?
Because they're not going to risk A, injury, B, falling again. You just
There is that perception.
and you also just look stupid. So he's got to be confident. Now, let's be honest, Nick Anderson's been around for a long time. He's trained a few winners. If he would not risk his reputation on putting that horse in the champion hurdle if he did not think 101% that horse would not fall.
What to do with Constitution Hill? We've come down to this again, haven't we? I made my way walked up to Manchester,
Yeah.
and the whole journey I was thinking to myself, I don't think we're going to be doing Constitution Hill.
Right, okay, Constitution Hill runs the champion hurdle, yes or no?
Does he run?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Dave.
I think he probably will.
I think he does.
Yeah, I do too, so wins. 14s, get on.
Isn't it mad though that they've got a horse in the same stable that could yet reach those heights? Like the giddy 180.
Well, we haven't seen it. I don't think we touched it as much as I should have done. So just very quickly, we'll touch on it. How impressive was he? And is he as good? Is Sergino on that evidence? A year off, keen as mustard, still beats a champion hurdler, a race champion hurdler behind. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is he as good as?
If you're a fan of the new line, if you take the Fighting Fifth as a guide, we have to take it as the guide, right? We don't know whether she would have beaten him or he would have beaten her, but it looked like he was under pressure, right? And I backed him that day, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, come on, just keep finding. Yeah. But even if they'd have gone together as we think they might have done, that still puts Sergino way ahead. This is his first run back since he nearly didn't make it.
Yeah.
So
you know, okay, but that is my worry now with Sergino.
Well, bounce.
Okay, because is he going to make it? He hasn't made it yet. Right?
They are all so cagey, aren't they? Lulamba, Sergino, and Constitution Hill are equal parts talented and cagey.
I think the big who turns up at the international on trials day?
The new line. So what's going to take him on?
Well, West Sergino, because that hurdle at Sundow's not there anymore, is it?
No.
You're probably right. Though. He could be the best horse in training.
Oh, Sergino?
I think he probably is.
Yeah.
Right, I love that as a substitute for Constitution Hill.
How about that?
It's all right, lads. We got another one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nearly carked it, but he's back.
Jesus.
He's doing it massively impressive.
It's like having Harlan as a backup to Sheshko. Jesus.
It's not, is it?
No, it's not. Really not.
Right, just very quickly touch on the stays as well. You say there's no banking up on favourites, but I know you're very keen on Teahupoo.
I mean, Teahupoo just, without boring anybody, Teahupoo just turns up and does it. Well, I think it's that simple. I think that's the banker, isn't it?
Didn't we think that last year? I did.
Yeah, I did.
He was one of my bankers at the festival.
I did.
And he ran his race again.
Yeah.
It was a personal best on ratings wherever you look at Leopardstown.
Yeah.
But my problem is that Ballyburn, I can pick holes in it. Ballyburn didn't run his race.
Yeah.
Perhaps he was either going to beat him or bounce. And you have to say Bob Ollinger probably was being lined up for just a run. It was his first run back. Can an 11-year-old win the Stayers?
Well, you've got that, but we said very much from the start, Honesty Policy would be the better horse and Impose Etoile, and the market's now 4-1, 5-2.
Were you at Ascot over Christmas when Impose Etoile won?
No.
Yes. Honesty Policy. Yeah, you were. You were.
I interviewed Nicky and Nico after.
Yeah, but did you get a vibe from Honesty Policy? He was pretty, because it was kind of like 5-2 the pair. Wasn't
No,
it?
I didn't. I don't, and I've said this on the show previously. I feel like he would have got more mentions at the start of the year if he was going to be better than Teahupoo.
For me,
I think they think Teahupoo's better than he is.
Yeah, maybe. My
opinion. Just off the sort of vibes.
I can see the Honesty Policy thing. I think he needs one more run to really convince us.
And the dirty Bob Ollinger just comes along and takes it.
He ran really well.
Really well, yeah, I know, and I hate it.
What price is he back for a repeat?
7-year-old.
15 to 2.
Can I throw a rogue one in? You know I'm a Teahupoo fan, and I think I back him, and I've said previously you could back him now. But Al Fabiolo for the Stairs, I think deserves
God, right. Thanks for watching. Hey, Dave, do you fancy going for a pint?
I'm going to walk back to my village in Buckinghamshire.
I'll be honest, you'll be quicker than that horse.
Again, another one that's bounced back. This is like a therapy session.
Is not mentioned a champion for him, not Stayers?
Well, I saw. You've got to give David Jennings credit for saying Ballyburn could be the champion hurdle.
Again, we've got to put a line through him now.
On board with that. I don't think
2023.
I don't think that's the craziest idea in the world.
No, DJ's probably right, but
what more evidence do you need?
What, Al Fabiolo? Well, he was
no, Ballyburn first of all.
He doesn't have a trip, does he?
No, he doesn't. So he's dropping back. He's entered in the champion at the DRF.
Yeah, and
it's
no
not, it's not the craziest shout.
Yeah.
And then Al Fabiolo, I think I'll back Teahupoo, but if you wanted sort of an each-way underdog that's not in the top 3 or 4, I think he's got the engine to have a crack.
I mean, I know it wouldn't be like the public for Spirit of the Sacre when he bounced back to win the championship chase, but as a training performance to get El Fabiolo to win a championship race after what's happened to him.
Yeah.
The reason I started thinking about him was because I was looking at Jonbon. It was his arch nemesis, wasn't it, for a bit? And 2 good horses, and
he had him, didn't he? He had him.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's gone.
Right, that's the chat on the championship races. I wanted to train in focus. I picked this week, although we have kind of done him to death, but it is interesting. Nicky Henderson. He has got a lot of decisions to be made. Obviously, he's going to have all his handicappers, Iberico Lord, who we saw at the weekend, but we've kind of touched on it. But he is going to have to make this. It's not quite in the spectrum of Willie Mullins bingo, but Sergino, Lualamba, where they're going to go. Is Lualamba, will he go Arkle? He's got a choice to make. Can he put him in the champion chase? Sergino, Constitution Hill. You know, he has got these decisions to make. Django Bay for the Gold Cup. You know, has he got a stronger hand than he normally has?
It's nice decisions. Like people used to talk about number ones and number two jockeys at places, and they go, it's a nice decision to have to make. Who's he going to ride? Who's Paul Townley going to ride? Who's Ruby going to ride? And then Tomo comes along, oh, you picked the wrong one there. Did you pick the wrong one, Ruby? And it's Corto and Denman. And you think it is a nice situation to sit there. He's probably sitting down at night with a couple of bottles of red wine or a brandy, and he's going through it, and he's playing, chess, or where do I put this? If this goes there. But if he doesn't know, I don't know, and you certainly don't know.
We've all agreed that Constitution Hill probably will run.
Yeah, there'll be some PR thing.
What do we think, Constitution? Champion hurdle?
It's definitely the champion.
Yeah.
Did you think?
Totally different owner and.
Yeah,
the dominance
could fall at the first.
With Lualamba as well, they're in a much stronger position than his old pal Buckers.
Yeah, Lualamba, Arkle.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's your three hot pots that we think we all know where they're going.
And they're not in the pink and green.
Rich Ritchie.
Yeah, Susanna Ritchie for tax purposes.
I think that Hendo is in this place that he usually always is at this time. The one thing that I've noticed about Nicky in recent years, he doesn't really have the novices coming through, does he, like he used to? Like, championship races for him. Although that could change in the Supreme, of course, because Old Park Star looked very good.
Oh.
Tuesday's always a bit of a Hendo day, isn't it? Supreme,
Hendo day.
Arkle, champion, always.
If Gordon gets a winner on Tuesday, he'll go through the rest of the meeting when it's unheard of.
Yeah.
But
they flip-flop, don't they?
I think he's in the place that he usually is, and he like the horses that he's got. That's it. It's a boutique stable now more than anything.
Yeah,
he's got some unbelievable. They're the winners, aren't they?
We're not going off track, but if you had a horse, would you send one to Hendo now?
Not a problem.
Yeah,
of course.
It's to me, it's vintage, isn't it? Not old, it's vintage, and it's not new, and you know what I mean. It's just
like the wine.
Like the wine, yeah. But you've got in there and you were thinking about having a 10% share in a little novice hurdle, and by the time you've come out, you bought 3 Future Gold Cup horses and spent $6 million.
It's better than 3 Idaho horses, isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
But it is a real stable of talent that he's got.
Yeah.
Again, coming forward to and it is an embarrassment of riches and a luxury that he's got to be able to choose.
The Ascot novice hurdle winner in the Django Bay colours, Crystal Island, I want to say it was called.
Yeah.
They think a lot of it.
But Django Bay wins a Gold Cup, so that's the first one on the list. That's
Django.
Yeah, Django. The Django. Do you know what? You're the sort of tacky person who puts those up. The 3 Djangos to win, or 3 colours or whatever it is. What's the other Django called?
Jinko.
So who are his winners?
Who what?
Who are his winners?
Nicky's winner.
It's easy, isn't it?
Sergino.
He definitely has the double, doesn't he?
Lualamba.
Sergino.
Do you think?
Constitution Hill.
Good arc.
Constitution Hill.
Massive
Django Bay.
to board fan.
Yeah, if he's
humongous Cope.
No.
But there's a little question mark about him.
Django Bay and Constitution Hill.
Sergino, Barco Lord, that'll do.
What's Sergino winning? He's not in the champion hurdle, I'm sorry.
He will.
He's not. He's got more chance to ride the mare's
it's all
hurdle.
about opinions.
Honestly, this is like therapy, this show. I come in every now and then. Iberico Lord. I've done Constitution Hill. I'm now talking about El Fabiola.
Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, I don't.
You started it by saying you walked in.
What's next? Mad Moose will be coming back.
Oh, what a horse!
You brought up the Moscow Flyer winners from.
What a horse just hanging over the bet and lay buttons like this, going right. Are you going to jump? You're not going to jump. You're not going to jump. He's not jumped.
Yeah.
Right, we finished.
Done.
Right, ANTE-POST pick time then. Let's wrap all this nonsense up. Right, ANTE-POST time. I'm trying to think who went first. I'll tell you what, as a guest, I'll let Dave take the stand and go first this week.
Supreme.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, Supreme.
I've already had my Supreme pick.
Yeah, I'm Supreme.
Well, okay. I don't want to know. All right, Supreme picks. You've gone for obviously Mossy. You are going to put one up this week as well.
It is Mossy friend.
I'm looking at the prices, right, and I know that they just came off the form beat in Aintree and went, we've been beaten fair and square. I genuinely think Idaho Sun is a very big price for the Supreme. His bumper form, go and have a look at it. His bumper form is working out insanely well.
He's a champion bumper.
Harry Fry knows how to win championship races. We know that. He's almost on a bit of resurgence with some young horses as well.
Is this one for the market?
I couldn't believe he was 14-16s when I looked after that form. He's the only Grade 1 winner in the back. El Kairos hasn't even won a maiden hurdle yet. He's the favourite. Old Park Star, as good as he looked, I know that some of the horses in behind that day were very disappointed with their runs. Was it a bit of a red herring? I don't know. But Idaho Sun is one that will go off, I think, single figures.
Are you surprised that he's still bigger than my daddy Paddy? Did he beat him fair and square?
Obviously, this is another low sun race, wasn't it, and all that sort of thing. However, I know that they thought it was an absolute good thing that day, my daddy Paddy, they being the stable lot. So he beat him fair and square. Who are you putting up?
Well, you just put me off with the horses behind. I'm going several barrels again. I'm going for Old Park Star.
I think if you've got a price about him, or if you haven't even taken one now, he will probably go off favourite.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he's maybe 7s or something like that around now. I've got him at 12s. Look, progressive.
He was 33 to 1 race.
And you don't want to kick Nicholls while he's down, but you know, with Nicholls losing Cobden and losing the horse over the weekend, and not having the stock that he's had before, and then having this one go to the old arch nemesis, and 2 wins, and it just looks so progressive. I mean, like you'd expect, and the ground's not an issue. I just think it looks so good. I mean, you got a point with, you know, who was behind him that day, but I think he'll go off favourite. I think I genuinely do, and I genuinely think he will. I really think Hendo is going to have a brilliant festival.
I want to believe in Old Park Star. I want to believe in it for sure. It was a whoosh, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. You know, sometimes, and you sit there and you just go, oh, I like that.
He was third favourite for his Kempton run, and
that Kempton form's insane as well.
I know, but when you see the market for something like this, you think, has he taken him by surprise? If they thought he was that good, would he have been assured? Nick Henderson at Kempton, you off 11 to 2 third favourite.
Straight after the Cheltenham race, he was 33s with AFA, not this one.
Yeah.
And then he was into 25s. I kept getting the emails that day, and it kept going lower. He settled about 12s, and then I looked at 2 weeks later, and he's into 6s. So where does he go next? That's the question. I suppose they'll have to find. Maybe Sydney Banks is the one that you think about, isn't it? Something like that.
Sydney Banks.
That's over a bit further though. But that's the problem for these horses in this country.
Was that too close?
Dovecote. Oh, he's a bit. I think.
Do you think?
It's one at ADOC as well, isn't it? The Rossington Main, yeah.
I mean, it looks bad on paper that Nicholls had him 3 runs, didn't do a couple of 7th, 3rd or whatever it was, and then Hendo comes in and the hand breaks off. Do you think it wasn't massively running on its merits beforehand?
No.
That's a fair question.
It's not a. You wouldn't say it was a massive trainer upgrade, and probably at certain times it might have been a trainer downgrade, wouldn't it?
It's not just the only horse that's done it active innocence, the other one, wasn't he? He took 3 goes to win a bumper.
Yeah.
Although he only was 2 for Paul, but even on his first run, and yet that 3-year-old of Paul's could be very good that beat him at Newbury over Christmas. I think he's probably still round to 4. I just think these horses have gone to Nicky. They've got to sound surface. Uncomplicated, get on with it, and they show what they've got. And he's a right horse,
yeah. Old Park Star, Supreme.
Thank you.
One more shout for the Supreme, not my ANTE-POST bet, but Heads Up isn't entered over further at the DRF, is in the 2-mile novice hurdle. He's about 50s, big price.
There's a lot of eye roll.
You mentioned this almost every
I know.
show.
Can't get away from him.
But you mentioned it right. So if we come back and you mentioned it,
for the Supreme,
yeah,
because that run against.
No drama.
No drama.
2 out. He's absolutely tanking.
He went off like a head case as well. He went off too quick. And
the third has been turned over. That was one of my eye catches of the season. It's been turned over since.
The other thing I keep mentioning is the bumper form from last year. Everything is coming out of last year's festival bumper and performing well. And he was second in it.
Yeah. From a few years ago, I'm still waiting.
And he's won over 2.
40s.
So there you go. That's my Supreme shout. But my selection is going to be one from Jamie Snowden's yard, who we mentioned at the top of the show, La Conquière in the Mares Novice. She was second in a graded bumper at Aintree last year. She's 2 from 2. She won well enough at Newbury. The second horse has been disappointing since, but the fourth has been tried in graded races over in Ireland, Whimsy. And Jamie's won the race before and has said that she's got more.
It's his race, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will she go to Sandown for the? What's it called?
Seymour.
Oh, this is very impressive. It's boring.
Yeah, but look at the state of it. Look at the state of him. He sits there with Sky Sports Racing on one, racing TV on the other, and his hooky stick. I mean, eating pizza. I mean, everyone else has proper jobs.
It's very impressive.
La Conquière. For the Mares Novice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't give up
double figure price
either for Jamie for the
same I wouldn't.
For the Brown Advisory. Hated Kempton, hated the ground, and he's still
gorgeous Gavin as well.
Yeah, she quickened nicely as well in soft ground at Newbury, which I thought was impressive.
No, I know I'm going to get loads of stick for mine. I know.
Oh right, okay.
Loads of stick for mine.
Do you want a drum roll or something? I just want to.
No, but I know you're going to look.
No. We're all here. We're all friends.
But I'm looking at the right now. And I think Factor File's an absolute banker.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the race.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1, yeah. 2-1. I looked at this on the train today, and I wouldn't put it up because I want something a bit of a bigger price.
And I'm not putting him up because he's short.
And there's nothing else in the race, so you're finding
nothing else in the race.
you're such a you anti-post. You love that. A race that cuts up.
Well, wait until it is.
Okay. So.
I honestly think we're going to see him at Trialsdale, see a brand new horse, and I think 25-1 about Jaguar to get a sneaker place at the Ryanair. In a race that's going to cut up. I'm just going to go through the market for you. Factor File,
but JP, why would he bother?
Yeah.
He's won it.
The yard one.
Yeah,
fair.
fair.
Would love to go there.
Graded race.
Django Bay, Gold Cup. Gaelic Warrior, Gold Cup. Madgebury, Champion. Hartwood will probably go. How good is he? Jonbon, is he really going to go in the Ryanair?
I reckon he could, but then that's 3 JP horses.
Banbridge, probably more.
Needs
Gold
good
Cup.
ground.
Gidley Park, over 2 mile this week.
Deb won't fancy him.
Romeo Coolio, staying novice company. LTA Tom, Champion Chase, the Jukebox Man, Gold Cup, Grey Dawn in Gold Cup, and then you're into 25-1 territory.
It's not usually a race that cuts up.
No, it's not usually.
You've bored your wife with this for 2 weeks, haven't you?
Say again.
You've bored your wife with this for 2 weeks, haven't you?
No, I just like.
Lord, where do you think Jaguar goes?
The pizza went cold on this.
I mean, you showed your workings, but my point is, why would JP bother?
No, I suppose my sort of the same sort of line, but I would
How many
fancy
times
Jonbon to go as well.
How many
That'd be
times
ridiculous.
have we seen the
I think
green
Jonbon-
cap with the white star, the red cap,
The red cap, the purple cap.
purple cap?
Jonbon will run in the Champion and then probably go and win at Aintree. That's the play, isn't
Yeah,
it?
probably.
Probably the play.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, he's won that race.
James O'Shea in the purple cap.
It's not
Claim
it's not
the
an
10.
outrageous shout. I mean, yeah, you could nick.
Has anyone got a winner of the Hunter Chase yet? That's coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wendigo has talked about as having a crack, but
I mean,
oh, sorry, the Hunter Chase, not National Hunter Chase.
please don't go to the National Hunter Chase Champion when to go.
No, I don't
The
think
cross country next.
No, I just that anyway.
Yeah, fair shout.
I
I
know
agree.
I know he was on the show, and I think that the desperate.
That's what I was thinking exactly.
Yeah,
the same.
if genuinely you have it, and do you know what? I'll give you a little tenner.
You'll go for the ultimate now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That is the worry.
That's it's one or the you'll know on trials day.
Exactly
So what price is he?
25.
Yeah, you can
That
pay to
is the
take a
worry.
chance.
That is the worry that he ends up in the ultimate if he gets beat on trials day. But if he does hack up on trials, day,
I might pay a little bit to take the chance that.
Do you know what? When we leave, I'll have a tenner on each way for you.
thanks.
Good shout. I like it.
Right. Anything else before we say cheerio? We're at 50 minutes. We're nearly done.
Apart from Sergino, who's the strongest favourite currently at the Cheltenham?
Marine National. Marine National.
Is he favourite?
Yeah.
94. I thought Ella Tom was still.
What's your little face for?
Just trying to think what else.
Marine National, fair enough. Frankenstein.
What, another bet for the festival?
No, who's the strongest favourite? Bar Sergino, because we all nodded on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got Factor File. You got.
Yeah.
What about Final Demand?
I don't know. I can't warm to it. He probably will win, but I can't really warm.
to it.
I don't know what it is about him.
Weird.
I'd have Factor
He is
Farm.
the shortest. He's
But
even
two
one.
I was going to nod. It was you that put that question into my head by saying Factor File. He's a new. I mean, different horse in my point and go. You just need to get on with Factor File.
Hey, what if Cobden rides Jaguar? Ooh.
Maybe he might be on Factor File if anything. I don't know. Again, the jockey round, merry-go-round is going to be very interesting.
John Joe O'Neill
The
Ginger's
next
going to be
few
able to mood about this. He will have him on the show probably, won't he? He'll tell us. He'll probably say to us,
Factor File.
because you think about a road show, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Of course, he'll be diplomatic. Yeah. Anyway, very, very interesting week.
I think Factor File. Again, I know it sounds.
Hang on, you just spent 40 minutes talking about.
Because I'd rather have the 5-1 a place with
Yeah, no, I know it.
25-1 kicker than the 13-20. But you
Well,
look.
look, I've backed, right, at the
It's
time
pretty
of
hard.
recording, I've backed Barnsley at 25-1 to beat Liverpool tonight, and I've got a fiver on just in case. But I know that Liverpool will beat them.
But you don't get paid out for Barnsley coming second and third.
You back
How much each way? Draw no bet.
Is that a thing, Fred?
Each way the boat ratio is.
I'd have Factor File as the strongest bet at the festival.
I'm just looking at the
sort of
market.
nodding with that.
Yeah, because in behind they're not going to go other than Hartwood at 10-1, and he smashed him 9 lengths last year.
Lovely horse art would be his grade 2 periphery grade.
And can I be honest? Ask everybody who's watching, all three of you, to put comments in, because I do like reading them when they're going like, you're talking. Actually, he's got a point, or he's talking rubbish.
Usually it's
or.
always
Yeah, but I really like it because it's
Get
great.
them ready. Sharpen your pencils,
Yeah,
lasses. We want them.
No, yeah, we do. And we want yours as well. We want your
That's
picks.
what I mean.
Yeah, your picks. You tell us what your anti-post picks are right now. What are we? 8 weeks away?
Yeah.
Maybe 9?
Yeah, strongest. What is the strongest favourite? Tell us.
What's the
let us
strongest
know.
favourite? What is your pick? What is your big outsider as well? So yeah, like, subscribe, and just comment. Even if
I know,
people
I
talk
mean, I'll
absolute
reply
rubbish.
to you as well. Because
sorry about that.
Sit,
Maybe
I sit there like, that Joel's talking Joe normally. That Joe's talking. My favourite one was when Dave Orton's not the most annoying person on a TV show.
That was a new one for me.
That was a new one, and then that wasn't me. So, do you know, anyways, I love it. I genuinely love it. I know Dave loves it. The boys are a little,
Yeah, get involved. Let's have it.
Let's have it. 'Cause it's a game of opinions. And everybody's here to try and win and just enjoy it. And that's what it's all about, innit? And let's have a laugh and make some money.
He just wants to get back to his pizza and the fire stick.
Going cold.
It's going cold.
What, the pizza or the fire stick? Right. Anything else, gents, from the weekend or anything else you want to mention?
We're good. Just start building that portfolio. Now I've got mine in Idaho Sun.
Yeah, interesting. Joel?
No, there was one of Skelton's at the weekend. There's no point talking about one. An eye catcher Skelton's is and Confusion Gold Cup.
Peter
Got
Marsh
up £30 now, and it going Peter Marsh. Do you know what?
Next long press.
Yeah, just put it out there.
All happy.
All done.
Tell your face.
Okay.
Can we finish now? I can't breathe in anymore. I've spent an hour breathing in. I think these diamonds are going to pop off.
Well, if you shut up, you can go. Right. I've come with this train of thought. Friday, Punter's Guide, that's it. We'll look at the action for the weekend, and then, of course, next Monday, we've got the Road Challenge. So please do like, please do subscribe, and please do comment. And these boys will be in touch with you. Right, join us Friday. We'll try and find you some winners for the weekend.